जय श्री राधा
जय
बहन।
सच्चिदानंद।
जय श्री राधा पूर्णिमा जी।
हाँ, जय सच्चिदानंद।
Please recite the three mantras. Lata bhai, please follow.
हाँ।
नमो वीतरागाय,
नमो वीतरागाय,
नमो अरिहंताणम,
नमो अरिहंताणम,
नमो सिद्धाणम,
नमो सिद्धाणम,
नमो आयरियाणम,
नमो आयरियाणम,
नमो वत्सयाणम,
नमो वज्जायाणम,
नमो लोये सव साहुणम,
Namo Dove Sava Sahunam.
Eso Panchanamukaro
Eso Panchanamukkaro
Uvapavapanasano
Sava Pava Pranasano
Manglananja Savesem
Mangalanancha Savesam
Adamam Havai Mangalam.
Padamam Havai Mangalam.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand.
We haven't met at the meeting for a long time. Do you have any?
Yeah.
Miraben, Jai Satchidanand. Elizabeth is also there. Okay, very good. Anybody has questions? It's a long time, more than a month. You took a break. Any experiences, any gnan, Purushat you want to share?
There must be at least one thing you can share. Then that shows you are doing some pursha. It can be a positive experience, it can be a negative experience. Not all experiences have to be good, some can be bad also. But if some Mahatma is doing Purusha, then obviously he will have something to say.
Anybody? Kashyabhai?
Yes, Satchidanand.
You share any experience? You've been away for more than a month.
Yeah, continuing the Pratikraman, that is the experience.
Okay.
I am Jai Satchidanand Pulinanandji, Jai Satchidanand Ratika Kara, Jai Satchidanand.
Miraben?
I'm sorry, I couldn't figure out where my my unmute button was for all this time. I'm so sorry. Jai Satchidanand, Jai Satchidanand. So for me, this past month has been most Purusharth is because of the sheer volume of people. There's Diwali that happened. There was a lot of family events, a lot of group events, a lot of things, and always to remain centered and remain in Nyan, because there's so many like these fushum, 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 so many things are happening all the time. Like, there's events that happen, or some work events that happen, or this or that, or they come in these sine curves of time. And I've noticed that if I am not, if I don't, and this is the thing that is that I've noticed about myself, if I'm not have not done my prayers, have not done my my centering of myself, I fall back into old habits very quickly. And that is one thing. The second thing I've noticed is, thanks to Pulinanandji, I'm learning how to speak with the intent not to hurt, but the intent to settle, like to, in Sambhave Nikal, to settle. Because Pulinanandji had said a long time back, you just don't do pratikraman and call it a day. If something is bothering you, you should settle it in Sambhave Nikal and help people understand your point of view, and you also understand their point of view, and you settle it. And that has really helped a lot, moving forward. And I do pratikraman in any case, but I'm just saying it was a very powerful thing. So thank you, Pulinanandji.
You see, you're right. All of us have to do this Purusharth, wherein we have to, as you said, say our prayers, ask for Shakti, or, realign or focus our Jagrati. If we don't do that, then obviously the Prakriti will get carried away. The discharge Prakriti will get carried away in the routine, especially when you have a lot of events and a lot of guests or people. So that is very true, very true. So it is a necessary daily ritual. Just as we brush our teeth in the morning or have a bath, some people do exercise and walking. So that charges up. Bath, brushing teeth clears the dirt of the previous whole day. Same way, our vidhi for strength and all is clears away the dirt that has accumulated on our awareness or Jagrati, and so that we are again re-aware or more alert, more Jagrati to face the day according to the fire. So it's an ongoing process which we all have to do till we reach a level of awareness wherein it remains in auto mode. Generally speaking, with little bit of prodding, that awareness will come up and we'll be able to handle the same people and situations. We'll be able to handle the same people and situations with fire, with the help of fire. So this is right. You're right. This is the process. This is the way forward till we reach total separation. We can't change our prakriti. I mean the thoughts that will come, but we can change our understanding, change our beliefs. We can change our expectations. Those things can be changed. And the moment we change all that, I believe things fall in place. Sometimes people have this insistence, they want things to go their way, or want to carry, or want to mold people their way, want to get things the way according to their design. Now that is where that agra occurred, that insistence is there. Now, if one decides to loosen upon that, he may have a desire but not insist on it, or resort to manipulation to get things done that way. Then again, there is peace and calm, wherein there is acceptance of Vyavasthit and Sambhave Nikal, or acceptance of Vyavasthit with equanimity. So this is our ongoing process of observing our Prakriti. Where is the lacuna? What is required to be tightened up? And we do prayers or Shakti for the appropriate shortcomings, Prakriti discharge shortcomings. And that will increase our awareness. This will increase our Jagrati of true self, that I am pure soul. So you're right. Yes, your observation is absolutely right, and that has to be continued. That has to be continued. That's true. Then what you can do is, then during the day, after doing all these observations, then you must have found out, okay, there are one or two pain points or triggering points in our prakriti. When those type of things happen, we go into a bhautiraskar, or we get disturbed, upset. We see the others keep faulty. So where our vitragta gets disturbed, where our syadvad gets disturbed, or wherever we feel a pain point, discomfort, that is the source of self-examination of our own prakriti. What is it that making me disturbed? What is that is getting me irritated? And then work on that inner belief or inner understanding or inner expectation from others. That's the way forward to cleansing in terms of not getting engrossed in the discharge, kashais, anger, pride, deceit, and greed, or not getting engrossed in the discharge, moha, occupy this thing. They will come, but they're not getting engrossed to it. And that's the way we reach As and when this kachara, these defilements get eliminated, they will come and go, they will come and go, they will not become zero, but we can remain separate from it, be an observer, and allow it to pass without influencing us or hindering us. That is the level, intermediate level. And then finally, when all the things get exhausted, then obviously we'll remain in constant self-awareness of the pure soul. So these are the stages we are going through till we come, and everybody is at a different stage of Purusharth. Purusharth is an ongoing process because anyway Moksha Marg is an ongoing process. If it were Kramik Marg, step by step Marg, then we would be doing the same thing with doership. That I don't want to get angry. I don't want to do greed. Some of it will get eliminated this birth, then some in the next birth, then the next birth. And it is a constant process spread over many, many births till we get the self-awareness of pure soul. Here, by the grace of the Gnani, we have got this self-awareness first hand, and now the clearing part is to be done. Akram, you do it and then get awareness. Here we have got awareness and doing the cleansing. It is the Paramanus of the mind, body, speech, file number 1. Those have to get cleansed. Once they are cleansed, then the pure soul is liberated. So it's true. Carry on. Good experience. Yes.
Is it Mirabai, lack of satsang or lack of doing satsadhan on a regular basis?
For which, Rajikaka? For which? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I'm sorry?
Well, I didn't hear you. What did
Oh,
you
yeah,
say?
you said this, sometimes because there's a long gap. Is it because of satsang that we miss our charging up, or?
I think it's like the sine curve, right? So sometimes the sine is good, like it's up here, and I feel I'm in full awareness. I am feeling I am in Shuddhatma. Nothing phases me. I'm moving forward. Everything happens. The 5 agnyas are there. Sometimes it's literally like when there's a lot of people, lot of events and things that happen continuously. At night, I tell myself, Shuddhatma Chu, and go to sleep. I do pratikraman. I try to reflect. But in the day, it just is a blur. And I know I've missed so many things. And, like you just, it's almost like a cloud. And then, so I keep telling myself, okay, this cloud is here, but it's just Vyavasthit. The cloud will go. And I just keep doing this Purusharth. But when there's a lot of people and a lot of events that come like that avasa that comes like that, I have to pause. I'm not capable of like just running through that fog in Shuddhatma. I have to keep that, but that's my lesson. I have to keep on keeping on. That's all. So
One of the ways
Hmm.
of handling such type of situations where you said a lot of events is to in such cases we are generally in a rush mode, finish this, finish that. So one of the ways to remain anchored in our pure soul awareness is to tell your file number 1, slow down or take it easy. So do all the activities but little slower pace.
Okay.
When you do something little slowly, the awareness will automatically come. That is number 1. And one thing that might work, and that is again case to case basis or depending on the situation, where you put our inner chanting of I am pure soul or one and Gnan Vadosh, anyone, any of the 3. Now that inner chanting, although the hand, feet, everything is working, but that chanting will give you an awareness. So you will be aware of what you are speaking, you will be aware of what file is doing, you're not lost in the mind totally, because the mind has been given some work of chanting.
Okay.
So all the wonky thoughts, she's like that. I've called her 3 times to the breakfast table. She is still not calm. All those irritants will quickly fade away.
Okay. Okay. Inner
Yeah.
chanting.
Just giving a tangential example, but see, some things happen when there are people and events, and you have to coordinate everybody, So those things will pop up, but then it will immediately appear on a screen. Oh, this is a deviation, and we'll come back. Oh no, I don't want to do this.
Okay. Yes.
Or I want again come back in the soul, and then again see others as innocent or Vyavasthit or something. So, so these are 2 things that might help in such situations.
That's a good. So slowing down, just to an inner chanting. Okay. Okay. I've written it down. So Jai Sachidan, I'll make sure.
And then share your experience whenever you get the chance to use these tools, because that is occasion based. But otherwise also these have in normal routine also. So see how it, whenever you get in caught, even for a day maybe you're caught up in a rush activity.
Yes.
See how this works.
Yes.
And experience will be useful to everybody.
Jai Sachidanand. Jai Sachidanand Pulinanandji. Thank you. Jai Sachidanand Deepakanandji.
Jai Sachidanand. Kashyap?
Yes, Jai Sachidanand, everyone. Jai Sachidanand, Rajniji, Jai Sachidanand. Can I ask some doubts about a sutra which came in the WhatsApp?
Sure. You want to put it up?
Yes, can I share?
Yeah, go ahead.
Just this came in the WhatsApp, but I'm sharing from here. I will first read the Gujarati one, then the English one. કોઈ જગ્યાએ યાચકપણું કરવા જેવો આ કાલ નથી. વ્યવસ્થિતનો નિયમ એવો છે કે જેનો યાચના ના કરવાનો નિયમ લીધો છે તેને યાચના કરવાનો વખત કદી નથી આવતો. There is no place for beggary, wanting things from others in the current era. The law of Vyavasthit scientific circumstantial evidence is such that one has decided never to beg, will never have situation to beg. Yes, please throw more light on this.
So this is evident. Né? Sometimes we are caught up that I want this, I want that, and then we beg people to have that. But if one decides that no, I will not do that. I will see what comes to me casually. So just as we said. So here that Dada Bhagwan says that one who has decided not to beg will get the same things without begging. And one who decides, one feels like begging, then he will get the same things with begging. So in your Vyavasthit, if in the individual's Vyavasthit that thing is there, then he will definitely get it, either with begging or without begging. That's what the sutra is saying.
Why
The
they
law
say
is such.
why say there's no in the current era, the current era for something
Current era because in the current era maybe this yachapanu or this beggary has increased. In the previous era, fourth era, people were not having this beggary or intense desire to just get it by hook or by crook. So when that hook or by crook is there, then that beggary portion comes up. But if they don't have the beggary area, then acceptance comes. So in the fourth era, things were not. So there was no beggary.
There is no place for beggary, it says.
So really speaking, it's not there, but it has come up in this era, no? That's what I'm saying. Because of compressed karmas, shortage of time, people are resorted to that, which is not required.
This is not required. It's not required that is saying no. Why it is not required
No,
in this current era? This is my question.
it's not required because you will get it. He said Vyavasthit is such that one will get it.
But
Don't hanker for
it is not required in any era or only for in this era. This is the question.
It is not required at all in any era.
In any era, no?
Ah.
Yeah, but the sutra is saying specifically for this era it is not required, so that is the thing which I was thinking. Means
એટલે
this era has some special characteristics that it is not required. That is what I'm saying.
કોઈ જગ્યાએ યાચક કરવા જેવો આ કાળ નથી. વ્યવસ્થિતનો નિયમ એવો છે કે જેને યાચના ના કરવાનો નિયમ લીધો હોય તેને યાચના કરવાનો વખત જ નહીં આવે. Now see, there are two parts to the sutra, two sentences. The second part is that niyam evo che. The law is such that one who has decided not to do beggary will not be required to do beggary. That is what I was trying to say. That if you will get it what you want if you have decided not to do beggary. And the first half is કોઈ જગ્યાએ યાચકોનું કરવા જેવો આ કાળ નથી. So what Dada is saying, that don't hanker or do beggary, because in this era, if you do that, then maybe that may be considered as your shortcoming, and maybe you may be manipulated, or you may उसका फायदा उठाया जाएगा. Somebody will take undue advantage when you show beggary. When you show, no, please do this, then someone may feel, oh, chalo, he wants this, then let us do that. So you might get manipulated, you might get cheated, you might be taken for granted or misused.
Okay.
So at least, so that is why for this era, this part is evident. And Dada says, why you want to do it? If it's in a way, it will come. So both things have to be.
I understand that in this era means if we ask something, they might misuse that, as for doing something wrong, for us undue advantage of, yeah. In the other era, it's not like that. That means the unrighteousness was less. It is unrighteousness increase in this era. That is why I think that is Dadaji saying that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Deepakanandji, you want to add something?
Yeah, Jai Satchidanand. Actually, this time, people have too many desires. At the same time, they have too many obstacles also in their life. Because it is downgoing time. Avsarpini card. So Dada is telling that instead of being after your desires, because there are so many obstacles also in your way. So there's no point. Just stay away from your desires and Vyavasthit will provide you at its appropriate time. That's what he's trying to tell. That's what I understand.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, at its appropriate time.
Yeah, it will come. Just imagine what Dada has said. Before your birth, they have the cradle ready for you.
Yeah.
After your death, people have kept made arrangement for your cremation. The problem is from birth to death, in between time. And in between time, if you have learned how to live your life, you are done with it. If before birth, Vyavasthit, that is natural cosmic power, is providing cradle for you, and after your death, it is making arrangement of your cremation, then that nature will take care of you during the time, in between time also. But because of too many desires, lurking desires, we are after so many things. And Dada has revealed one more good, wonderful thing. The moment that desire is ignited, that yeah, I want it, the problem starts. And desire itself is the biggest obstacle. So
here
already
Yes.
Huh?
You hear the Yachakpanu say in the English translation, it is saying beggary, wanting things from others.
Beggary means I want, desires,
Yeah, it is
lurking desires.
from others. From others, it is written from others. So is it correct?
You others means from outside you.
Yeah. The
Whether it
Yachakpanu
is
is
from
actually from
nature or
desiring from
anything.
yes.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, but
Perfect.
is it also includes that if we desire something from ourselves, also that is also Yachakpanu?
Ourself means whose self? Tell me.
Means we have desire for ourselves, that we should do this thing, we should do that, that is also
That's what everything boils down to, the same thing, that any desire
yeah,
you have today, first of all, we ourselves can experience that. We do experience that. Everyone experiences that. We have so many desires, unfulfilled desires. At the
yeah,
same time, they are not even fulfilled after putting so many efforts.
right.
That
No,
also is
but
experience.
for
And
example,
here, Dada, huh?
for example, we set some target for doing some work, okay. So
Yes.
yeah, and we desire that is also a kind of means it seems to me,
Anything which you, how do you say that? Which you want.
hmm,
And because this time is bad time, in the sense all bad karmic people are accumulated or here, so the connectivity is also very tricky. So
so
here
for
Dada is
example, we
saying,
set some target
huh?
for ourselves, that we have to do this job, today,
Yes,
and we are
yes.
not able to do that, because of some reasons. So then
No,
we
some reason because of obstacles laid in other people's life. We have not lived our life. What I mean, the past relative is bad.
hmm,
Karmic accumulation is bad. And that's why even after putting all your effort, all positive effort, things take a lot of time. Bunch of obstacles.
right,
Just imagine if you think of a matter, we don't think positively, we don't think rightly, we always find other means.
hmm,
We are not straightforward, we are cunning,
hmm,
we are crooked. You observe yourself.
right,
Yes, after coming to satsang, lot of things have changed, but in principle, it was like that. So here, looking at to this scenario, Dada has said and revealed this fact that this nature is going to take care of your desires, of your requirements. So if you remain without any beggary attitude, also it is going to provide. That's why he gives the example, before you were born, he provided you with a cradle, and after you pass away, it's going to take care of your cremation. Then why worry during this middle time, in this middle time, in between time? And if you have understood this, what Dada has revealed his experience, we will not have any problem. You will be always be at peace with yourself and with your surrounding.
okay, I got this. One more, there is a sutra
One
saying,
minute. You see, the answer to your question, the point you are trying to ask is that is required, is basically beggary means asking for something from somebody else, outside person. Like you may urge your wife, please make this sweet, prepare this food, this time. They're literally begging, for example. Or literally asking someone, please do this, please do this. Now, that is beggary. And when you have set your own target of doing something, that is an intention setting or a target setting. So that won't fall in the true sense of the word beggary as implied in Yachakpanu. Yachakpanu is basically asking or begging for something from someone else. And the other thing is your internal target of finishing some task in a given period or given time. So that is the intention setting or your goal setting or whatever you call it. So that depends on what the goal is, what is the intention. So at times it is good to be focused. At times, when you are after something for a long time, trying to do this, trying to understand this, but it's not happening. So there you can be a little sahaj, try your best without getting upset or emotional about it. So as far as the personal tasks and time-bound tasks, this beggary won't fall in this place. Okay.
But there we have to also little bit some obstacles come. Then also we have to accept that yes, okay.
So that's what I said. That depends on what is the task we are looking at. If it's sometimes like I have to do the vidhi, you could not do it in the morning, you can do it in the afternoon because that is your task. And times I want to get this, that for example, in our house, a tap is leaking or something is happening, and I want to have this repaired. You're trying, you're calling, you're doing this, still it is not happening. The person is not coming. So there you have to keep trying without getting emotional. And where it is a personal agenda of finishing some task, then you have to do it by hook or by crook. So it depends on the task. It is not beggary. That's all I'm trying to say. It is not beggary in this case. Beggary is asking from somebody else. That was your question.
Yeah, right. I got it. Okay, thank you. Okay. One more. 1928. જેને પોતાની જાત પર વિશ્વાસ છે તેને બધી ચીજ મળે એવું આ જગત છે. પણ વિશ્વાસ જ નથી આપતો ને વિશ્વાસ તૂટ્યો કે ખલાસ. વિશ્વાસમાં તો અનંત શક્તિ છે, ભલે અજ્ઞાનતામાં વિશ્વાસ હોય. Now here I understand the words, but actually what Dadaji says, the deeper meaning, I would like to know, from you.
There is deeper. There is no deeper meaning. It is same self-confidence. If a person has confidence, yes, I will be able to do it. Or although I have difficulties, or I'm not able to succeed in my whatever task or mission or goal that I have set about. But having self-confidence is a good thing. And if one has a self-confidence, then definitely that thing will get done. Maybe it get prolonged, delayed, but it will get take place. So here Dada is trying to say, have faith in yourself, have self-confidence, things will fall in place. Kab hoga, when will it happen, how will it happen, I don't know whether it will happen, I am trying but things are not falling in place. Then that self-doubts is not desirable. Have confidence, have faith in your abilities, and make your efforts and wait for time. So that is what Dada, and if that self-confidence there, it will work. If you don't have self-confidence and have self-doubts, then it got dicey. That's what Dada is trying to say.
I forgot to read the English one. The one who has confidence in this whole self, he can get everything in this world. But one who does not have that confidence, once the confidence is lost, it is all over. This is what you explained. But this one, please explain. There is infinite power and energy in trust, even if that trust is in the ignorant state. This is what Dadaji is trying to say.
What Dada Bhagwan is saying is, that self-confidence is a very good virtue. It is true even for a Mahatma as well as for a non-Mahatma. Even one who is not initiated in this thing, the Gnan, or one who has no self-awareness that I am the pure soul. Even for a layman, this concept of self-confidence is equally valid. If you are self-confident, you will get everything. If you lose confidence, then things got dicey. For a non-Mahatma also, that's what he says.
Okay, I got it.
It's related to Prakrutik Gun.
Deepakanandji, you want to say something?
Yeah, actually, see, today's time is such, people have so many negativities, so they have lost their self-confidence totally. And here, it is where, because of the lack of that self-confidence itself, it breaks one down. So here is, Dada has said, even if someone has self-confidence, then you will not have problem, because inherently self-confidence provides you with a lot of inner strength and energy, that willingness, that thirst. It doesn't matter whether you are enlightened or layman. We can understand. I'm observing myself itself. that see what was I, because of so many shortcomings, so many mistakes, so many weaknesses. How can someone have even slightest of self-confidence? But people are also there who are on purity side and they commit less mistakes, they have less weaknesses, then their level of confidence is definitely, and there are people, successful people in the world, right?
Yeah, correct. I got it.
Jai Satchidanand.
Yes, Sachi. Yeah, if time is there, I will ask later. Thank you.
Okay, let's see somebody, Celia Ben.
Jai Sachidanand Pulinanandji, Jai Sachidanand Deepakanandji,
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Sachidanand all Mahatmas. Yeah, I was really, I don't have a question, but I was thinking about the sutra Dr. Kashyap just brought up. When he talked about self-confidence, the first one is the confidence in the self, in the Shuddhatma itself, and the second one is the confidence in the ignorant state. So the way I was looking at it is when you have total self-confidence or trust in the Shuddhatma, in that state, then you basically accept that Vyavasthit is doing everything and you have full trust in that, the way everything is playing out. Isn't that how, that's the way I was looking at it. So is that wrong? Of course, trust in ignorant self is when the relative self is fully confident in the world, in the Vyavahar dealings. And that also helps in other worldly matters. And the other self, which he was self-confidence, the trust he's talking about, I thought was about trusting the whole process itself, trusting in the Shuddhatma, trusting that you are the Shuddhatma. Is that wrong? Am I? I was looking at that. I was thinking.
Perfect. Perfect. Having known yourself means you have got the wisdom of knowledge. That is absolute truth. And absolute truth relates all the worldly matters in its perfect place. So once that positivity of that wisdom of knowledge you acquire, in every aspect of your life, you will remain positive.
Yes.
From your side, that's what Dada said. Yes, yes, yes is way to success, and no, no, no is way to failure. No questions asked. So this positivity itself, with this acquisition of knowledge of ourself, that is wisdom of knowledge, eventually it makes us 100. And this acquisition of this knowledge, you have acquired total power of the universe or the natural power in your own hands. You can make any person you want to become in this world.
Yes, I got it. So in both ways it works.
This is the capacity. Sky is the limit. That's why Dada said, from these Mahatmas only so many future great figures are going to come out, emerge. Jai Satchidanand.
Yes, Satchidanand. Thank you.
You see, in this particular sutra, the self-confidence that Dada Bhagwan is talking of is the relative part.
Relative part.
Having confidence in one's abilities, one having the confidence that work will get done. Sometimes there are self-doubts. I'm trying to go over there. I'm going to the city. Will I get parking or not? Will this happen or not? Those self-doubts are there.
Yes.
That is where Dada is saying that if you don't have these doubts, whether your work will be done, you will to achieve it, you have the capacity to do it. That is called self-confidence. Yes, I want to do this and I'll be able to do it. That is the self-confidence that is being spoken about in this Apt Sutra.
Okay.
It is the relative aspect. Now, the other part is that if I am anchored in the pure soul, then I know this is that, and then I will know that I have to try my best, and then according to Vyavasthit, it will take place in whatever way.
Yes.
So that self-awareness, as you said, you are relating self-confidence to self-confidence of that I am the pure soul.
Trust, yes.
Initial query, isn't it? So you felt that this sutra meant that having the confidence that no, I am the pure soul, and that was the thing you felt was. Now
Yes.
that is a separate thing. That is an awareness, a strong awareness, and a strong, you can say, experience also. That yes, I'm pure soul. Nothing will happen to me.
Yes.
Nothing will happen to me. And number one, number two, I am the pure soul. Hence, everything will play out according to Vyavasthit, the relative part. So that will indirectly instill the relative self-confidence.
Okay. Yeah. That leads to this.
I am pure soul, and file number one is part of Vyavasthit. He'll do all its efforts, and it will work out. And if it's not, and whenever I tell you, even as Mahatmas, whenever we set out to go for any work outside, then we pray before we leave. Dada, these are all files. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Give me the strength to square up all these files. In file ka Sambhave se Niptara karne ki Shakti de mujhe. So that is how we are instilling self-confidence. Yes, all the things will get place. I want to meet this person. I want to do this task. Whether that person will be available or not, whether this will happen or not, So
Yes.
those self-doubts that are there, sort of raised by the buddhi, sort of. So that is where before we leave home or start the work, we say that atli file these are so many files and let me square up. So the agnas help us to revive or reinforce the worldly self-confidence to accomplish the worldly tasks. So that is another way of also looking at the same thing. And that's where the anchoring in ourselves
That helps this.
helps us.
Okay. Thank you.
Understand? So that,
Thank you. Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Satchidanand. Bishop Bhai.
Yeah, I have two questions. One is regarding this disunity of mind, body, and speech. I want to a little bit. I heard about that. The reason behind disunity, I want to know. So what is the reason behind the disunity in this which we have?
Pulinanandji.
what is the reason behind the disunity?
Yeah.
Disparity.
Disparity. Disparity यानी मन वचन
Difference.
That's what you're trying.
एकता नहीं है वो.
Means how this disunity, mind, body, speech, how this disunity came about. Development why it developed. How it developed.
How it came up, I don't know, but this is the facet of this particular era, where what a person thinks he may not be in his reflected in his speech, or what a person speaks may not get reflected in his behavior. That is the type of karmas all of us have brought about or have come about in the present era. Because
Yeah,
maybe one of the possibilities which I can just often think about is that the hardships have increased, number one. Number two, the shortcomings of anger, pride, deceit, and greed, kashais. The four kashais have become more predominant and we have become selfish, self-centered, or whatever, more relative oriented. And that has brought about this disunity. One of the reasons is that, see, what is the harm in speaking the truth? I think I'll do like this, and then whatever he thinks, he speaks, and then he behaves. Because no, what will happen if I do like this? I want to do something, but without the other fellow coming to know about it. So the deceit angle, the greed angle, we are not open about it. I want something, but I won't be vocal about it. There's something in my mind, but I won't be vocal about it. I want to please someone unnecessarily, maybe to get some favors. So maybe enhanced Krodman Maya Lobh, or the anger, pride, deceit, greed, enhanced Kashais could be one of the factors responsible for this disharmony between mind, body, speech. And then that leads to suffering, and suffering leads to more of the disharmony. That could be one of the causes in this particular era of disharmony, which was not there in the fourth era, because living life was not a big struggle. Having money for food, shelter, clothing, and life was normal, simple, not too many desires, enough ample time, no rush for things. People would travel from one city to another city, and there would be days it would take. on a horse ride or walking or whatever. They didn't have airplanes at that time, trains and all. So there was time, there was peace, there were not too many desires, there was concern and care for people. And that was a different type of era where different type of human interactions were there. Then that has got deteriorated with time. And so maybe the selfishness, the increased kashais, essentially increased kashais, then leading to a more worldly desires, beliefs in happiness in worldly materialist things. So the belief systems of happiness, the enhanced kashais, has led to about this disharmony, and that disharmony leads to more of anger, pride, deceit, and more of suffering and more of disharmony. So this is one thing that comes to mind.
For example, I have a thought. Now, I don't say it because, like you said, that displease others, or in another way, I see that means I am not able. If I speak like that, then the situation I'm not able to handle. So it is my, like you're saying, own shortcomings. That what it came before it came to my mind, that because of our own shortcomings, we means the thought comes, but we don't say it like that, like what the thought comes, because our own shortcomings, or the vachan bal is not there, or the the bal is not is less in this era. So shortcomings is because of that. So we don't the thought comes, but it doesn't get it doesn't come out in the speech, and in the body, same way the speech regarding the speech and the other things, the action, so that is
Yes,
my
it doesn't count because I have some hidden agenda. I want to serve something without telling the things, you see. So that hidden agenda, that deceit, that greed, ultimately boils down to kashai. That is why I'm not able to speak.
My shortcome, that is my short all. It is my strength is also not that much that I am able to handle that situation. So that I have fear, that I will not be able to handle that
Yes,
situation.
you can say the physical and mental strengths have reduced. The ability to do hard work or to absorb discomfort or hardships. The capacity to absorb hardships. So the mental and physical strengths have also reduced. That also could be one of the causes. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Deepakanandji?
Primarily, this time is of pap karma, bad karma, and too many obstacles. At the same time, you have too many desires. So, if you want to accomplish anything, you know your weaknesses, you know your shortcomings. So, there is a natural tendency of hiding or not revealing your actual requirement. So, you will say something, you will mean something, and your quest will be totally something different. So, basically, the Dwapar time, that is the fourth time period, is time period of Tirthankaras. Also, it is said that in between time, that is between times of two Tirthankaras, if the time is long enough, like I believe between Parshvanath Bhagwan and Mahavir Bhagwan, the time was like 150 years or even more. So during that time, the effect of the teachings of Tirthankara fades out, and people they live very badly. But the moment Tirthankara Bhagwan appears, absolute appears, then everything gets set. But not this extreme when there is totally absence of Tirthankaras. Do you understand that? Yes. With all these conditions, this thing pops up. Right?
I got it.
Also, it is said the presence of Tirthankara is presence of boon bestowing blessings from them because their presence itself is so divine. You think and you get everything.
Right.
You desire and you get everything. But as the time passes, the bad time comes. See, during Satyuga time, there were those wonderful trees, uh, full of wish-fulfilling trees. And people would go there and desire, and they will get it. They would get it. But in this the Kali Yuga time, everything is on ourselves. And with all these negativities and this extreme amount of desire, with all those obstacles, they are bound to become like this. And we can experience everything is that we experience in ourselves, in this body itself. That's what I feel. Jai
Yeah,
Satchidanand.
but we have the Gyan, so we can handle, we have Dadaji's Gyan and
Yes,
Dadaji.
that is the game changer for us.
Yeah.
That has changed the whole situation. Huh? That inner peace and
Yeah.
serenity is unbelievable.
Right.
In fact, there are no negative vibrations, or they have reduced drastically. Jai Satchidanand.
Yes. One more question I want to ask.
Okay.
Yeah, this definition of pariniti, parinam, and dhyan, so please explain the difference also of upyog, the differences between pariniti and especially pariniti and parinam, and dhyan, this the difference is very subtle, Or
Bhagwan ji?
pariniti, I understand it is a state. Dhyan also is a state. What is the difference between pariniti, dhyan?
Deepakanandji.
Jai Satchidanand. See, Parinam is result.
Yeah.
Correct? Parinam is result.
Okay.
Pariniti means your flow. Your flow. That is in the flow of real, that is perceiving and knowing. Your pariniti is of knowing and seeing. And if that is not there, then your pariniti is causing new karma, and that is ignorant state. And parinaman is flow of your inner state. You understand that?
No, the
Parinam is
dhyan is also
result. And huh?
but yeah, I saw in the dictionary it is saying it is a state of being. It is a state, Okay, and dhyan also is a
What?
state, It is a state in a state of being.
That is different. See, there is too many limitations in English translation. But here, what Dada has said, Parinam is clear, I believe. Correct?
Parinam is the result which we get.
Hello?
Yeah.
Parinam is
Yes.
clear. Pariniti. See, Pariniti is result of Parinaman.
Can
You
you
understand that?
give an example, if it will be more clear,
Parinaman means you are flowing into that state, and the finality is Pariniti. Destination is Pariniti. Parinaman is your flow, and Parinam is the result.
Can you give an example, so it will be clear,
Okay. Having got this wisdom of knowledge, my flow, my inner tendency is towards the real side, positivity. Okay? So that parinaman, because the wisdom of knowledge is truly getting acquainted with the result of what we are doing, even before happening. So there is a natural tendency of positivity. So that is parinaman. And when it reaches its finality, is your pariniti. Means
Okay.
what is the nature of your result is pariniti.
And the
Correct?
dhyan, in this example, can you please tell me what is the dhyan?
Dhyan is flow. Dhyan is flow. So it can be positive, negative, but this pariniti reflects. Anyway, there is positive and negative both. But dhyan is like your inner, how it is said, inner state of being, perfectly.
Okay.
Understand? So when you know who you are, then your flow of energy, that is state of being, will be towards your I state. When you say I am Kashyap, then all body related, mind related, speech related things affect you. But when you
So
say I am pure soul,
yes, I understood pariniti is the final state
when,
of being, and the dhyan is that the state of being, and parinam is the
it's flow, you can say. You can also then parinaman is dhyan.
right. Yeah, yeah.
Jai Satchidanand.
Yes, Sachi.
Yeah, you want to say anything?
You see, I was just trying to recall what Dada had said, this is a faint recall, which I read somewhere in the Akamani, as what is Pariniti and what is Ramanatha. So Pariniti, as what I recall, is that Parinam ne potana manva enu naam Pariniti. Parinam means whatever the result is. To believe that is of mine, that I is called Pariniti. Typically, this word is used at two places, Swapariniti or Parpariniti. So that means is, what is Parpariniti? That મને માથું દુખે છે, તો દુખે છે તો શરીરને, બટ મને દુખે છે એટલે એ પર પરિણામને તમારું માન્યું એટલે તમારે અત્યારે પર પરિણીતિ વર્તે છે. You are in that per pariniti, or you are in the effect. You are in the effects of the body. Or સ્વપરિણીતિ, સ્વપરિણામ means હું શુદ્ધાત્મા છું, if you are in that awareness. અને આ દુખે છે એને હું જાણનારો છું, તો હું સ્વપરિણીતિમાં છું. So pariniti means this thing, where I am. That's the meaning, whether I am in the swa or in the per. પરિણામને પોતાના માનવા, એટલે હું શુદ્ધાત્મા છું, એ જાગૃતિને પોતાની માનવી, તો હું શુદ્ધાત્મા છું, તો એને સ્વપરિણામ કહેવાય. અને પર પરિણીતિ એટલે પ્રકૃતિનું જે થાય છે એ મને થાય છે એમ માનું, એ પર પરિણીતિ. So this is the thing that I had read somewhere in as what is pariniti. It is in two parts, either it is for pariniti or per pariniti. And as far as dhyan goes, that Dada Bhagwan has very clearly said that there are four types of dhyan: artha dhyan, rodha dhyan, dharma dhyan and shukla dhyan. So મારે કોઈને દુઃખ આપવું નથી, એને કોઈ આપ્યું, મારે મદદ કરવી છે, I want to help someone, તો એ ધર્મ ધ્યાન છે. અને મારું બગાડવું, ના વ્યવસ્થિત કરતા છે, નિર્દોષ છે, તો that is ધર્મ. ધ્યાતા ધ્યેયમાં ભળે ત્યારે ધ્યાન ઉત્પન્ન થાય. ધ્યાતા is the self or antaratma today for us. And what is the dhyeya? That I don't want to hurt anybody, I want to remain in peace. So dhyan utpann થાય, that is dharma dhyan. Or if I am in the soul, so dhyan utpann થાય, that is shukla dhyan. So dhyata dhyeયમાં ભળે તે વસ્તુ જે ઉત્પન્ન થાય, so dhyan is something which happens where the dhyata gets engrossed in the dhyeya, the objective. I will hurt that fellow, I will show him, I give him a piece of my mind. So when the dhyata is in the hurting format of hurting someone else, ધ્યેય શું છે, તો કોઈને હર્ટ કરવું. ધ્યાતા કોણ કે પોતે, તો શું ઊભું થાય, તો રૌદ્ર ધ્યાન ઊભું થાય. That is called રૌદ્ર ધ્યાન. So dhyan is something which arises when dhyata aligns with some dhyeya. This is as per Dada Bhagwan. So four types of dhyan take place. And parinam and pariniti, as mentioned by Dada Bhagwan. So I thought I would just share
You
what
said
I had.
about head hurting, head is hurting, so that time the head hurting, my head hurts, that is the parinam or the pariniti.
The parinam, hurting of the head or the headache is the effect of parinam.
Yeah.
Now, if I am in that parinam, maru mathu dukhe che, my head is hurting, then I'm in par parinam. Because par, no, it is different, not me, outside me. And if I am saying, no, the file number 1's head is hurting, then I am the observer state. So I'm in the swapariniti. I'm in the soul pariniti.
And what is the Swaparinam?
Swaparinam, that I'm the pure soul.
Yeah, and the Swapariniti is also the same. I am the pure soul, right?
Swapariniti, સ્વપરિણામ ઉત્પન્ન થાય ને પછી રિઝલ્ટ
Okay.
સ્વનું
And
પરિણામ
as Deepakanandji said, I think the pariniti is the finality, and the parinam, it can be not the finality also.
Between the relative and the real, that is Swa and Par.
Sorry?
Parinam is between, on the real side or the relative side, that is Swa or Par.
Yes.
પરિણામ means effect. If I mean swapariniti, so the effect is what? That bliss.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Swapariniti.
સ્વનું પરિણામ
I am the pure.
સ્વપરિણામ સ્વપરિણામ is happiness. જ્ઞાતા દ્રષ્ટા આનંદ.
Yeah.
સ્વપરિણતિ હોય તો સ્વપરિણામ રે. If you are in swapariniti, you will have the swaparinam of bliss. Karma.
Okay.
Okay, let's take it to
Okay, got it.
Jai Sachin. Because I think the research team and tell this one.
Namo Vitragai. Namo
Namo Vitragai.
Namo Arihantanam.
Namo Arihanthanam.
Namo Siddhanam.
Namo Siddhanam.
Namo Ayariyanam.
Namo Ayariyanam.
Namo Vajjayanam.
Namo Vajjayanam.
Namo Loe Savasahunam.
Namo Loe Savasahunam.
Eso Panchanamukaro.
Eso Panchanamukaro.
Sarva Pava Pranasano.
Sarvapava Pranasano.
Mangalanam Cha Sarvesim.
Mangalanam Cha Sarvesam.
Padamam Havai Mangalam.
Padamam Havai Mangalam.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Jai Chidanand.
Jai
Jai
Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand, Dr. Lalita Ben.
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai
Jai
Sachidanand, Shailya Ben. Jai
Sachidanand. Jai
Sachidanand.
Sachidanand.
Rakita Ben.
Jai
Jai
Sachidanand.
Sachidanand. Pulinanandji, Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand.
Deepakanandji, Shailabhen, Krishnaben, and
Jai
Pradeepa and
Sachidanand.